Hey guys, it's right here, and today we're talking about some really special tank you all probably know about. Many players love this tank, many players hate it, but just because they can't use it properly. Partially because it's only tier 5, which means many inexperienced players play this tank. And today is the day I will show you how to use this little pancake to the maximum. AMX ELC. We're not even going to talk about the armor of this tank, there is just none, but we're going to focus on how to use this tank. Important things to know about AMX ELC: super mobile, absolutely invisible, extremely tiny and hard to hit. These are the things we're going to use in the first place. Unfortunately, for these advantages we have to play with not too impressive view range and rather controversial gun. We have extremely low DPM, so-so accuracy, bad aiming time and horrible stabilization. Don't forget very limited gun arc. We don't have fully reversible turret. And if this sounded to you like AMX ELC can't do any damage, then you are totally wrong. Remember I said the gun was controversial? Well, the strong side of it is a super great penetration of 170, remember that the highest tier limit is tier 8, and rather huge, especially for tier 5 light tank, alpha damage of 240. So finally we get to the question, how are we supposed to use all this stuff? First of all, if you're new to this game, if you aren't experienced, or you are only learning to play the light tanks, then you are a semi-scout, semi-TD. The gun allows you to penetrate anyone you meet, just be patient and wait the whole aiming time. And for scouting, use binoculars, so the total equipment will be binoculars, rammer and ventilation to improve our view range. Ventilation can be replaced by lane drive if you want to deal even more damage in a TD style. Now, do not use camo net on this light tank. Do not use camo net on any light tank. Behind the bushes you are invisible even without the net. You are just wasting your equipment slot if you carry a net with you. Don't repeat mistakes of my childhood. Remember, the worst enemy of ELC AMX and pretty much any light tank is enemy light tank. With AMX ELC's DPM, accuracy and stabilization, you don't have even a single chance against any other light tank. The best way to use ELC AMX with this set of equipment is to try to fight a bush and use binoculars from there. If you have an opportunity, shoot from mid to far range. 240 hit points is certainly something the enemy tank will really miss. Avoid any close and dynamic combat. This tactic is not too fruitful as not too many maps have nice bushes to use, but keep trying different bushes on different maps. This way you will learn the bushes and the landscape of the maps. Be open-minded about trying different positions, and whenever there is an opening for active scouting, go for it. Remember that you are extremely hard to hit. AMX ELC allows you to do so much crazy stuff like running in front of dozen enemies without being hit. If you are an experienced player and you are familiar with the light tanks, you probably know everything about this tank, but still I'll give you a few recommendations, because this is how you can use your AMX ELC's potential to the max and play a significant role in all battles you play, spotting for 2, 3, 4, 5,000 damage in every battle. As for the equipment, optics, rammer, ventilation. We're going to scout first of all. We don't need lane drive because if we ever need to shoot, it's either some zero distance shot or far distance shot where we have plenty of time to aim. Play aggressively. Sometimes you'll have to use the bushes of course, but always give the initial spotting of the enemy team's rollout, at least one flank if the map is the corridor type. No other light tank in the game can do it as easily as AMX ELC. Whenever you feel danger, run away. You don't have any hit points to risk with. Try to be annoying for the enemy team and keep spotting them all the time. Keep enemies nervous, keep enemies spotted while controlling distance to stay unseen. Nobody can spot you from more than 300 meters. And don't try to deal damage yourself, you can assist much more. Dealing damage is the last resort if there is nobody to spot for, or if the current situation requires you to deal damage, or the map isn't really good for scouting. Sometimes you never release the W key for 5 or even more minutes. Remember that your camo lets you get really close to the enemies, and even if you are spotted, they will have a hard time shooting at you. You'll have a chance to get back to safety intact or find some really tiny bump you can hide behind. And this tank can really hide in every puddle. At the end of the battle, if needed, you can turn into a TD and take out the coming enemies. All in all, AMX ELC is an outstanding light tank. I strongly recommend it to everyone, especially because it's only tier 5. By the way, this tank also makes quite some credits, as you never need to fire gold ammo. Even though I do carry some APCRs, I can't remember the last time I used them. Anyway, enjoy tier 5, because the next 2 tanks in the tech crew will be a punishment for all the fun you get with AMX ELC. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe. Check out my previous videos, the links will be at the end of this video, or you can find them on my channel. And share this video with your friends. See you in bushes.